climate protesters arrested.
You were arrested for chaining yourself to mining equipment.
You dumb you everyone stay up!
It's a citizen's right.
The right to protest. It's implied in our constitution and has helped shine a light on major issues facing the nation.
Do you think people are listening, sir?
Disruption's the only thing that works.
But our right to protest is quickly becoming a legal minefield, with some states adopting anti-protest legislation that could spell criminal charges for disruptors.
Expect a knock on your door. We will be coming for you to be arrested.
Selfish protesters cannot hold our commuters hostage.
So what exactly are the anti-protest laws? And are they silencing the loudest voices?
You be quiet.
To start, we're going to look at a specific case playing out right now in Tasmania.
Takina is one of the great wild places left on the planet, one of the richest coastlines for Aboriginal heritage. It's the biggest temperate rainforest full of rare and endangered species. It's being eroded.
Takina, unfortunately, is at the behest of mining.
To extend the life of the mine, we need to safely and securely store residue from the mining process.
We are facing machines rolling into Takina to build a huge heavy metals tailings dam. It's where mining companies put all their waste.
Out of sight, out of mind, dump it in the rainforest, and it's got the backing of the state and federal governments. That's wrong.
MMG, we mine for progress.
But that is public land, and so we're going to stand in the way.
I can't stand by and let this place be destroyed.
And the government's response to that is, okay, well, we'll jail you.
This year, the Tasmanian government introduced anti-protest legislation, which they say is necessary to protect workers' safety and to protect business operations. The key reason why they said that they needed this legislation was because of the protests organised by the Bob Brown Foundation.
Tasmanians have had a gutful of the workplace invasions. We're talking about protecting workers and their right to work and businesses and their right to operate.
Hi, my name's Billy. Now, the Daily Oars tried to reach out to numerous Tasmanian MPs who are advocates for this bill, but none of the ones that we reached out to, including Guy Barnett and Felix Ellis, were available.
We are absolutely been blockading. People sleep in tents, people sleep in tree sits. If the company turns up, they cannot pass.
Right, so what's going to happen anyway, my friend here from MMG is going to give you a direction to remove yourselves from this item. This is their private property and you have no right to be here if you have the consent removed. If you don't go, then I'll give you a direction. If you don't go, then you'll be arrested.
Stepping out in front of a moving vehicle and then immediately locking on puts the drivers in a very precarious position. If someone's locked on and the vehicle did move, if that person is harmed, then they're potentially liable. Imagine living with that.
Whether it's the timber that goes into our furniture, our homes, or the food that we put on our table, this Parliament should be protecting Tassie farmers, foresters and miners from radical activists invading their workplace.
Well said.
So what is the Tasmanian government proposing? It's called the Police Offences Bill 2022, aka the Anti-Protest Bill, and it has been debated in both houses of Tasmania's Parliament this year.
Division required?
If passed, the law means that people who obstruct a business from operating will face fines of up to $8,500 or a jail term of up to 12 months. These penalties scale even higher to fines of $21,000 and 2.5 years jail time, depending on the seriousness of the obstruction and the individual's frequency. So what has been the general reaction?
People in the cities need to feel the interruption and the disruption that is coming. We know that the people who suffered in the bushfires of 2019 to the floods still haven't recovered. That is the disruption that people need to be worried about.
I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to be able to hold this phone and hold this space.
And it's not just in Tasmania. Similar anti-protest laws were rushed through in New South Wales in response to disruptive climate protests.
These people are divisive, disrespectful, and they're bloody idiots who are going to face the full force of the law.
Back in Tasmania, and just days after our interview with Bob Brown, mining company MMG announced they would cease their activities involving machinery and other equipment from Takina for the time being. It's still not certain what the long-term future is, but it is clear that the battle will continue.